Hello and welcome you all. Myself Manasi Ganu, and we are going to start 1.3, The Call of the Soil, a Scent of Rice. See, on page number 25 there are icebergers. First one is complete the following sentences. Second one is complete the following web chart, which is about rice varieties available at grocer's shop. Next is difference which grandparents now understand between the fruits and vegetables which they had enjoyed, they had eaten in their childhood, and which they are watching nowadays. Last one is difference between conventional farming and organic farming. Now turn the page. Here on page number 26 you can see introduction of the writer. Venkateshwaran means Venkat Iyer. He is the writer of this text. He was born in 1966. Venkateshwaran Iyer is a science graduate and a certified project management professional. He last worked with IBM in Mumbai as a project manager for software implementation. After 17 years in IT industry, he quit in 2004 to live on his organic farm in Pet village in Dahanu Taluka, Palghar district, Maharashtra. Venkateshwaran Iyer, though his name indicates that he is a South Indian person, but he is born and brought up in Mumbai. He is a science graduate person and certified project management professional. He is IITian and he was working in IBM, which is a very giant and huge company. He worked in IBM in Mumbai as a project manager for software implementation. After working for 17 years in IT industry, he decided to give up his job in 2004, and he decided that he will give up his job in IT industry, and he chose to live in a village, in Pet village, and selected his profession as a farmer. He became an organic farmer in Pet village, Palghar district in Maharashtra. Let us see next paragraph. His book Moong over Microchips traces his transition from techie to farmer. Over a period of 15 to 17 years, it was not a career change, but a lifestyle change I was looking for. He says about his decision to shift to a quieter environs of a village. He insisted on practicing organic farming from the outset. He was resolute in spite of numerous challenges which he faced. Today, not only does he deliver lectures on organic farming, but also has joined hands with organic farmers and NGOs working in the organic field to propagate organic farming, to ensure that the land at least is not ravaged while they try to make a living out of agriculture. In this paragraph, we learn that he had written a book related with his experience, which is related with his sudden change which he had gone through his life. The name of that book is Moong over Microchips, means how he turned to a farmer and how farming, this profession, is very interesting according to him. This book indicates the process of change of his life. Previously he was working in IIT, he was a technician, and nowadays as a farmer, as he is doing very creative and enjoying job, how he feels now. He says that it is not only about a career change, but it was actually a lifestyle change as a technical guy, as a IT industrial guy, as a professional project manager. He was living in Mumbai, which is a very big cosmopolitan city. He was living in a rich area and he was working for 8 to 10 hours. He was using car and he was surrounded with various technical things, various material things. And when he was living in Pet village, he was living as a farmer, where he had to do his own task of his own. And so it was where he was enjoying a life which was pollution free, which was very healthy. And so this was not a career change, but it was a totally lifestyle change. He wanted to go closer to environment, and so he insisted on practicing organic farming, which he had initially started. And he was very decided with his decision. He was very firm on this decision. He faced various challenges, but he faced it very nicely. Now he also delivered lectures on organic farming, and he had connected his hands with various other organic farmers and NGOs to ensure that at least when there is everything which is polluted, at least the land and food should not be polluted. आता आपण व्यंकटेश्वरन अय्यर यांचा हा लेसन अभ्यासणार आहोत. साऊथ इंडियन लेखक आहेत हे. अर्थात जरी साऊथ इंडियन असले तरी ते बॉर्न अँड ब्रॉटअप इन महाराष्ट्र. ते महाराष्ट्रातच वाढलेले आणि मोठे झालेले आहेत. महाराष्ट्र हीच त्यांची कर्मभूमी आहे. आणि व्यंकटेश्वरन अय्यर यांचं प्रोफेशन काय आहे तर ते सायन्स ग्रॅज्युएट आहेत. सर्टिफाईड IBM सारख्या मोठ्या इंटरनॅशनल कंपनीमध्ये त्यांनी प्रोजेक्ट मॅनेजर म्हणून काम बघितलं आहे. IBM ही जगभरातली खूप मोठी कंपनी आहे कम्प्युटरची, आणि त्यासाठी ती विख्यात आहे. आणि त्या कंपनीमध्ये प्रोजेक्ट मॅनेजर म्हणून त्यांनी काम पाहिलं. 17 वर्ष ते IT इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये काम करत होते. आणि 2004मध्ये त्यांनी ऑर्गॅनिक फार्मिंग सुरू करण्यासाठी पेठ ह्या गावामध्ये जाऊन राहायचं ठरवलं आणि शेती करायचं ठरवलं. आता पालघर जिल्ह्यामधला, महाराष्ट्रामधल्या पालघर जिल्ह्यामधल्या पेठ ह्या गावामध्ये, छोट्याशा खेडेगावामध्ये त्यांनी शेती करायचं ठरवलं होतं. मुंबईमध्ये राहणारा, मुंबईमध्ये बॉर्न अँड ब्रॉटअप मी मगाशी म्हटलं तसं तिथेच शिकलेल्या आणि तिथेच वाढलेल्या आणि तिथेच नोकरी करणाऱ्या ह्या माणसाला एखाद्या गावामध्ये राहणं आणि ते सुद्धा शेतकरी म्हणून काम करणं हे किती चॅलेंजिंग असेल हे आपल्याला सगळ्यांना समजेल. त्यांचं मूग ओव्हर मायक्रोचिप्स नावाचं पुस्तक त्यांनी प्रकाशित केलं आहे. आणि त्याच्यामध्ये त्यांचा एका टेक्निशियनपासून, एका तंत्रज्ञापासून ते एका शेतकऱ्यापर्यंतचा त्यांचा प्रवास, जो 15 ते 17 वर्षाची त्यांची जी जर्नी आहे, तो त्यांचा प्रवास कसा त्याच्यामध्ये बदल झाला याच्याबद्दल ते सांगतात. आणि अर्थातच मूग ओव्हर मायक्रोचिप्स ह्या पुस्तकावरूनच, त्याच्या टायटलवरूनच कळतं आहे की मायक्रोचिप्सच्या पेक्षासुद्धा मुगाचा म्हणजे धान्याचा अंमल, अन्नाचा अंमल, एखाद्या शेतकऱ्याचं टास्क किती चांगलं होतं, चॅलेंजिंग होतं आणि सॅटिस्फाईड होतं याच्याबद्दल त्यांनी आपल्या त्या पुस्तकात लिहिलं आहे. व्हिक्ट्री ऑफ मूग ओव्हर मायक्रोचिप्स असं त्याचं थोडक्यात नाव सांगता येईल. त्यांचं म्हणणं असं आहे की हा माझ्यासाठीचा फक्त करिअर चेंज नव्हता. जेव्हा IT इंडस्ट्रीमधून मी 2004 साली माझा ITतला जॉब सोडून दिला आणि शेतकरी व्हायचं ठरवलं, हा माझ्यासाठी फक्त करिअर चेंज नव्हता, हा माझ्यासाठी फक्त कामातला बदल नव्हता, तर मला जे खऱ्या अर्थाने जो आयुष्यातला बदल हवा होता, जीवनशैलीमधला जो बदल हवा होता, तो मला अपेक्षित होता आणि तो तसाच मला अनुभवायला मिळाला. मुंबईमध्ये जिथे कायम कॉस्मोपॉलिटियन कल्चरमध्ये वाढलेल्या, शिकलेल्या आणि तिथेच काम करत असलेल्या ह्या व्यक्तिमत्वाला त्यानंतर एका खेडेगावात एक शेतकरी म्हणून जेव्हा त्याने काम केलं, तेव्हा मुंबईमध्ये असणाऱ्या अनेक भौतिक साधनांचा मटेरियल थिंग्सचा अभाव त्यांना तिथे पेठमध्ये जाणवला असेल. तिथे अवेलेबल असणाऱ्या अनेक गोष्टी ज्या तिथे पेठसारख्या ठिकाणी एका खेडेगावामध्ये अवेलेबल होत नाहीत हे त्यांना जाणवलं असेल. पण तरीही मुंबईपेक्षासुद्धा पेठ नावाच्या गावामध्ये किंवा खेडेगावामध्ये जे एक पर्यावरण असतं, जे एक सुंदर वातावरण असतं, जे एक प्रदूषणमुक्त वातावरण असतं आणि जो शेतीमधला आनंद असतो, त्याच्यामुळेच ते तिथे टिकून राहिलेत. आणि अर्थातच त्यांना ह्या प्रवासामध्ये अनेक चॅलेंजेसना फेस करावं लागलं आणि तरीसुद्धा त्यातून त्यांनी मार्गक्रमण केलं. आता ते ऑर्गॅनिक फार्मिंगबद्दलची लेक्चर्सही देतात आणि त्याच्याबरोबरीनेच अनेक अशा ऑर्गॅनिक फार्मर्सबरोबर आणि NGOज बरोबर ते कनेक्टेड आहेत. जेव्हा अनेक गोष्टी पोल्युटेड झालेल्या आपल्याला दिसतात, हवा, पाणी, तेव्हा कमीत कमी अन्न तरी पोल्युटेड होऊ नये, कमीत कमी शेती तरी पोल्युटेड होऊ नये, जमीन तरी पोल्युटेड होऊ नये, यासाठी ते प्रयत्नशील आहेत. आणि अशाच आपल्या परीने अनेक ऑर्गॅनिक फार्मर्सना ते याच्यासाठी उद्युक्त करतात, इन्स्पायर करतात. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट. पेज नंबर 26, द कॉल ऑफ द सॉइल, अ सेंट ऑफ राईस. The first crop. It was April 2004. I stood in the middle of the lush green field of moong, means green gram, and looking around me. It was just before sunrise and the sky was turning a bright orange. The ground was damp and the leaves were shining with dew. My bare feet were muddy as I walked around gingerly inspecting the plants. Narrator here is expressing his own experience when he started to grow his first crop. In 2004, he decided that he will quit IT industry, and he purchased the land, and later, first time in his life, he was about to grow some plants. It was April 2004 and he was standing in the middle of the green fields. It was lush, means it was dense, it was luxuriant, dense green field of moong, and narrator looked around him. It was the time of just before sunrise. It was the time of early morning and it was a great scenario around narrator. He was standing in the green field. It was time of early morning. The sky was turning a bright orange and the leaves were shining very nicely with dew. It was a great sight to view at it, and narrator was enjoying that sight. He was walking in his field with bare feet, without any footwear, without any chappals or boots. He was walking in his field, and he was walking very carefully because of that mud, and he was looking carefully at the plants. It was a rejoicing thing to enjoy this sight and experiencing this sight for narrator. The call of the soil म्हणजे मातीची हाक, आणि अ सेंट ऑफ राईस म्हणजे भाताचा, तांदळाचा गंध. द फर्स्ट क्रॉप. आता लेखक आपल्या पहिल्या पिकाबद्दल बोलतोय. IT इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये अनेक वर्ष, 17 वर्ष इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये काम केल्यानंतर, प्रोजेक्ट मॅनेजर म्हणून काम केल्यानंतर 2004मध्ये अजिबात कुठलीही पार्श्वभूमी नसताना जेव्हा लेखकाने शेती करायचा निर्णय घेतला, तेव्हा त्याचा अनुभव कसा होता याच्याबद्दल आपण हे अनुभव आपण वाचणार आहोत. 2004चा एप्रिल महिना होता आणि लेखक म्हणतो की मी अगदी सकाळच्या वेळेला, पहाटेच्या वेळेला मुगाच्या पिकामध्ये, मुगाच्या माझ्या शेतामध्ये उभा होतो. सगळीकडे हिरवीगार मुगाची रोपं पसरलेली होती. मुगाची हिरवीगार रोपं सगळीकडे मला दिसत होती आणि त्याच्यामध्ये मी बसलो होतो, त्याच्यामध्ये मी उभा होतो. पहाटेची वेळ होती, सूर्योदय व्हायचा होता. आकाशामध्ये ऑरेंज कलर, आकाशामध्ये सुंदर असा तेजस्वी रंग पसरत होता. आकाशामध्ये सूर्योदयापूर्वीचा तेजस्वी असा लालिमा पसरत होता आणि शेतीचं उत्पादन सुरू असल्यामुळे ती जमीन ओलसर होती. पानांची सळसळ त्या वाऱ्यावरती होत होती. पहाटेची वेळ असल्यामुळे त्या पानावरती दव पडलेलं होतं आणि लेखक अतिशय काळजीपूर्वक अनवाणी पायाने तो अनुभव घेत होता. त्या मडी अशा ओलसर अशा जमिनीमध्ये अतिशय काळजीपूर्वक लेखक चालत होता आणि त्या पिकांची, त्या रोपांची पाहणी करत होता. नाउ लेट अस कंटिन्यू सेकंड पॅराग्राफ. अराउंड मी were rows of chiku trees and below a dense foliage of mung. At that point, I couldn't have asked for anything more. The mung plants, not more than 2 feet tall, had green pods hanging out. The pods were not yet ripe, and there was a light fuzz growing on them. There was still some time before the harvest. I felt exhilarated. Now around that tree, around that field, there were some plants, there were some rows of chiku trees, and below the side, below that, there was a green foliage of moong. There was a green field of moong. Narrator felt that he was very satisfied, he was very enjoying that sight very much, and he was not expecting anything else in his life at that time. He was very happy, he was enjoying that sight very much, and he was not asking for anything else because he was very satisfied to view that sight. It was indeed a great experience to look at his own plants which he had cultivated. The moong plants, they were not more than 2 feet tall, and there were green pods hanging out. The pods means seeds were not yet ripe, but there was fluff mass of hair or fiber which was growing to protect them, and there was some time before the harvest. It was not the time of harvest. The crops were not ready to cut down, but it was a very pleasant sight. The crop was growing. It was a lush crop. It was very dense crop. It was about to mature, and that sight was very pleasant. And at that time, narrator felt very happy, very contented to view this sight. आता लेखक ज्या शेतामध्ये उभा होता त्या शेताच्या बाजूला चिक्कूंच्या झाडांच्या रांगा होत्या आणि त्याच्या खाली, त्या चिक्कूंच्या झाडांच्या खाली ही हिरवीगार मुगाच्या रोपांची झाडी होती. ती मुगाची रोपं काही खूप उंच नव्हती, 2 फुटाच्या पेक्षासुद्धा लहान अशीच ती मुगाची रोपं होती. पण त्याच्यामध्ये लोंब्या लागल्या होत्या, त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा बियाणी तयार झाली होती. ती मुगाचं पीक पूर्ण तयार झालं नव्हतं, पण तरीसुद्धा ती मुगाची पिकं अजून पूर्ण तयार झाली नव्हती. मूग अजून पूर्ण तयार झाले नव्हते, कापणीसाठी योग्य असं झाले नव्हते, पण त्याच्यावरती ते सीड्स किंवा त्या बिया प्रोटेक्ट राहण्यासाठी अतिशय हळूवार असं थोडंसं आवरणही त्याच्यावरती होतं. आता लेखक म्हणतो की आत्ता ह्या वेळेला मला इतकं समाधानी वाटत होतं, इतकं कंटेंटेड, इतकं सॅटिस्फाईड वाटत होतं की त्या ठिकाणी तो व्ह्यू पाहिल्यावरती आपलं शेत, आपण लावलेली झाडं चांगल्या प्रकारे वाढत आहेत हे बघण्या इतकं सुख त्याला कुठलंच दुसरं वाटलं नाही. आता तो मोसम हा कापणीच्या आधीचा मोसम होता. आणि त्यावेळेला लेखकाला खूप आनंदी, उत्साही आणि समाधानी वाटलं. Now let us continue. Next paragraph. I stood watching the sunrise above the towering trees across the fence and slowly made my way back to the house, a white structure in the middle of this greenery. I couldn't believe that I was the owner of this land and that I was looking at my first crop as a farmer. After I had paid the advance money for the land, I thought I would have some time to get familiar with farming. But Morudada, the broker who got us the land, had other ideas. He was keen that we plant moong at once. I was not prepared for this. I was still reading books and trying to figure out what we could see, what we could sow, and how we should go about it. Morudada was quite firm. He said the season was right for sowing moong and the best seeds were available in Surat in the adjacent state of Gujarat. Now, narrator was watching the sunrise from that trees which were across the fence. He was watching the sunrise from his own field, and finally, with being pleasant, he went to his house back. There was a white structure, there was a small white building which was surrounded by this greenery. Narrator still couldn't believe that he was the owner of that land and he was watching at his first crop as a farmer. When he paid advance money to buy this land, still he was confused. He thought at once that he had started his process to buy that land, but he was not familiar with farming. He didn't know anything about farming. He had spent 17 years in IT industry and he had less knowledge about farming. But Morudada, the person who was broker, who had suggested the narrator about his land, he had some other views. He was insisting narrator that they have to plant moong first of all. Narrator was not ready, narrator was not prepared for sowing moong because he didn't know enough about that crop. He didn't know anything about the agriculture, and so he was thinking that he should read some more books, or he should try to understand what they should sow first. He should do study of that land. But somehow he managed himself, and Morudada, who was firm about his decision, he suggested that this season was right for sowing moong and they could get best seeds which were available in Surat, which was neighboring state of Maharashtra, that is in Gujarat. लेखक आता कुंपणाच्या जवळ असलेल्या झाडांच्या वरती जाणारा असा सूर्य पाहत होता. सूर्योदयाचा अनुभव घेत होता आणि हळूहळू उंचावर जाणाऱ्या सूर्याकडे पाहताना त्याने घराचा रस्ता पकडला. तिथेच असलेल्या झाडीमध्ये लेखकाचं छोटंसं असं पांढऱ्या रंगाचं घर होतं. लेखकाचा ह्याच्यावरती अजूनही विश्वास बसत नव्हता की तो त्या जमिनीचा मालक आहे आणि एक शेतकरी म्हणून त्याचं हे पहिलं पीक आहे आणि तो त्या पिकाकडे पाहतोय यावरती त्याचा अजूनही विश्वास नव्हता. लेखकाने जेव्हा ॲडव्हान्स मनी दिला, जमीन विकत घेण्यासाठी लेखकाने जेव्हा करार करायला सुरुवात केली आणि सुरुवातीची रक्कम म्हणून काही ॲडव्हान्स मनी त्या शेतकऱ्याला देऊ केली, तेव्हा लेखकाने पुन्हा एकदा विचार केला की आपल्याला फार्मिंगबद्दल फारसं काहीच माहिती नाही आहे, आपल्याला शेतीबद्दल फारसं काहीच माहिती नाही आहे आणि शेती करायला आपल्याला थोडासा वेळ लागेल. अर्थात लेखकाने जे हे पुस्तक लिहिलं आहे किंवा व्हिडिओज जे आहेत त्याच्यावरती लेखक पुन्हा पुन्हा सांगतो की शेतीबद्दल मी अजिबात मी शेतकरी होऊ शकेन की नाही याच्याबद्दल माझ्या मनामध्ये भयंकर शंका होत्या. आणि म्हणूनच मला आय टीमध्ये अनेक वर्ष 17 वर्ष काम केल्यानंतर शेतीचं काम जमेल की नाही याच्याबद्दल माझ्या मनामध्ये संदिग्धता होती. पण मोरूदादा जो ब्रोकर होता, जो त्या जमिनीचा दलाल होता, त्याने लेखकाला ही जमीन घ्यायला मदत केली होती, त्याचे काही वेगळे प्लॅन्स होते, त्याच्या काही वेगळ्या कल्पना होत्या. तो असा आग्रही होता, तो लेखकाला असं सातत्याने सांगायचा की त्याने कमीत कमी आत्ताच्या सीझनमध्ये मुगाचं उत्पादन घेतलंच पाहिजे. आता अर्थातच लेखक यासाठी तयार नव्हता, कारण लेखकाने याच्याबद्दलची शेतीबद्दलची फारशी पुस्तकं अजून वाचली नव्हती. मुगाचं उत्पादन ह्या जमिनीमध्ये योग्य प्रकारे चांगल्या प्रकारे येईल की नाही हे माहिती नव्हतं. त्यासाठी नेमकं काय काय करावं लागतं ह्याच्याबद्दलची कल्पना नव्हती. आणि म्हणूनच आपण काय पेरायचं किंवा ह्याच्यानंतर पुढे काय करायचं ह्याच्याबद्दल लेखकाने काहीच प्लॅन केलं नव्हतं. आणि त्याच्यानंतर पुरेसा अभ्यास करून पुढे काय करायचं हे ठरवायचा त्याचा विचार होता. पण मोरूदादा मात्र फर्म होता, तो मात्र ठाम होता. त्याने सांगितलं की हा सीझन मूग पेरण्यासाठी अतिशय योग्य असा सीझन आहे. आणि जवळच्याच राज्यामध्ये, गुजरातमध्ये, सुरतमध्ये या मुगाची अतिशय सर्वोत्तम अशी बियाणी उपलब्ध आहेत याच्याबद्दल लेखकाला त्याने कल्पना दिली. आणि तसाच मोरूदादा ह्या मुगाच्या पिकासाठी आग्रही राहिला. Now let us continue. Next paragraph. I made a quick trip to Surat and bought around 10 kilograms of moong. Morudada rented his tractor to plow the land and quickly planted moong all over the place. So narrator quickly visited Surat and he bought around 10 kilograms of moong for plantation. Morudada had decided to help him, and so he rented his tractor to plow the land for the preparation of planting, and so narrator finally quickly planted moong all over the place, all over the land or field. लेखकाने आता एकदा ठरवून टाकल्यानंतर लगेचच सुरतला भेट दिली आणि तिथून बियाणं म्हणून 10 किलो मूग बियाणं म्हणून लेखक घेऊन आला. मोरूदादा जो लेखकाला खूप मदत करत होता, त्याने जमिनीची नांगरणी करण्यासाठी ट्रॅक्टर लेखकाला रेंटने दिला, भाड्याने दिला. पेरणीच्या कामाला सुरुवात होऊन पूर्ण शेतामध्ये मूग पेरला गेला. A few days later, we were overjoyed to see tiny green leaves. I had never seen moong growing before and was thrilled at the sight. It was the same thrill I had felt as a young boy when I saw the first of the hibiscus I had planted bloom at the railway quarters in Ville Parle in Mumbai. I was grateful to have taken Moru's advice. Few days later, narrator, when first of all he saw that the plants, the seeds were growing and there are some small green leaves which were coming out from the earth, he was overjoyed. He and his wife both enjoyed this sight too. He hadn't seen moong growing before. He hadn't seen the sight of agriculture of moong before, and so he enjoyed that sight too. It was the same thrill which he had enjoyed, which he had experienced before, but first of all he had enjoyed this sight when he was a young boy and he had planted a plant of hibiscus and he saw that bloom in railway quarters in Ville Parle, Mumbai. That was the same feeling which he had enjoyed today or at that day. He was very grateful to accepting Morudada's advice, and so because of his advice he was able to enjoy this sight of growing crop in his field. आता काहीच दिवसापूर्वी जेव्हा ह्याच मुगाच्या पेरणीनंतर त्याचे छोटे छोटेसे अंकुर जमिनीतून येऊ लागले आणि छोटी छोटीशी पानं त्या रोपांना दिसायला लागली, तेव्हा हे पती पत्नी, लेखक आणि त्याची पत्नी दोघेही असेच आनंदी झाले होते. आत्तापर्यंत मुगाची शेती कशी होते किंवा मूग कसे वाढतात हे लेखकाने कधीच पाहिलं नसल्यामुळे ह्या दृश्याने लेखक थ्रिल झाला होता, लेखक एक्साइट झाला होता. लेखक म्हणतो की जेव्हा मी मुंबईमध्ये विलेपार्ल्यामध्ये त्यांच्या रेल्वे क्वार्टर्समध्ये एक लहान मुलगा असताना जेव्हा स्वतः एक जास्वंदीचं झाड लावलं होतं आणि त्याला फूल आल्यानंतर जेव्हा मला आनंद झाला होता, जितका आनंद मला झाला होता तसाच आनंद मी तो पुन्हा एकदा अनुभवला होता. आणि यासाठी लेखक म्हणतो की हा मोरूदादाचा सल्ला स्वीकारला त्याच्याबद्दल मी कृतज्ञ होतो. The next thing Morudada wanted to do was spray some pesticide on the plants. He claimed that it would give a higher yield. This was something we didn't want to do. We were clear that we would not use any chemicals and tried to explain it to him. He reacted as if we had suggesting harakiri. It took a lot of convincing to ensure that Morudada and his friends didn't use any chemicals on the farm. They refused to understand how crops could grow without sprays. When Morudada wanted to do to spray some pesticides, means substances or some sprays to kill pest or unwanted pest on the plant, at that time they have to decide related with that matter. Morudada's advice was that if they use pesticide on the plants, if they use pesticides on that field, it will be beneficial, it will be helpful to get higher yield, to get higher crop. This was the thing where narrator and his family were not agree with narrator, with that Morudada. They were very clear that they will not use any type of chemicals in their field, and he wanted to explain the same thing to Morudada. At that time Morudada was reacting as he was expressing that if they were suggesting a type of killing themselves, or if they are suggesting some foolish activity of killing yourself with putting a sword open in your stomach, means it was like a foolish activity. So it took a lot of convincing to ensure Morudada, it took a lot of persuasive skill to convince Morudada and his friends that they will not use any chemicals in the farm, but they refused to understand. They didn't know how crops will grow very nicely and how they will get nice yield, how they will get nice production without any sprays in their field. आता ह्याच्या पुढची गोष्ट कुठली होती तर मोरूदादांना असं वाटत होतं की पीक चांगलं निघण्यासाठी, पीक चांगलं, उत्पादन चांगलं होण्यासाठी त्या पिकावरती, त्या रोपांवरती पेस्टिसाइड्स फवारली पाहिजेत, कीटकनाशकं फवारली पाहिजेत. पेस्ट म्हणजे कीटक. आता हे कीटकनाशकं फवारण्याबद्दल त्यांनी पुढे क्लेम केला. त्यांनी पुढे असं लेखकाला आणि लेखकाच्या पत्नीला समजावून सांगायचा प्रयत्न केला, आश्वासन दिलं की याच्यामुळे काय होईल तर याच्यामुळे अधिक चांगलं धान्य, अधिक चांगल्या प्रकारचं उत्पादन आपल्याला मिळेल, जास्त उत्पादन मिळेल. आता हीच गोष्ट लेखकाला आणि लेखकाच्या पत्नीला पटत नव्हती. त्या दोघांनी असं पहिल्यापासूनच ठरवलं होतं की शेतामध्ये आपल्या पिकासाठी केमिकल्सचा वापर करायचा नाही, आणि हे त्यांना पटवून सांगायचा प्रयत्न केला. याच्यावरती मोरूदादाला हे सगळं अजिबातच पटत नव्हतं. ऑर्गॅनिक शेती त्याला अजिबातच पटत नव्हती. पेस्टिसाइड्स किंवा अशा प्रकारची रासायनिक खतं न वापरता शेती कशी करता येईल ह्याच्यावरती त्याला शंकाच होती. आणि म्हणून त्याने असं सजेस्ट केलं की हा आत्महत्येसारखाच वेडगळ प्रकार आहे. हाराकिरीसारखा म्हणजे एखादी तलवार घेऊन स्वतःच्याच पोटामध्ये ती खुपसण्यासारखा हा वेडपटपणा प्रकार आहे असं त्याला वाटत होतं. आता हेच मोरदादाला आणि त्याच्या मित्रांना पटवून देणं हे लेखकाला फार कठीण गेलं. त्यांना कन्व्हिन्स करणं लेखकाला फार कठीण गेलं आणि आपल्या फील्डमध्ये, आपल्या शेतामध्ये कुठल्याही प्रकारची केमिकल्स वापरली जाऊ नयेत यासाठी मोरदादाला पटवण्यासाठी त्याला भरपूर कष्ट घ्यावे लागले. त्यांना हेच कळत नव्हतं की अशा प्रकारच्या रसायनांशिवाय, अशा प्रकारच्या पेस्टिसाइड्स किंवा इन्सेक्टिसाइड्सशिवाय, अशा प्रकारच्या खतांशिवाय ते पीक चांगल्या प्रकारे कसं वाढेल याच्याबद्दल त्यांच्या मनामध्ये साशंकता होती. Contrary to what everyone had told us, nature did her job and she needed no bribes to get the work done. Soon it was harvest time and we managed a respectable 300 kilograms, an awful lot of moong, and with it a lot of confidence. Now I was certain the land was fertile and that it was possible to grow crops without chemicals. It was a major moral booster. Though they were not agree with narrators and his wife's views, and they always suggested to use pesticides, but finally narrator stick with his opinion. Finally, nature did very well her job and she needed no bribe. She didn't need any pesticide or any insecticide or any other chemical things for growing more crop. Nature helped them to give higher yield, and when it was harvest time, they got 300 kilogram of moong. This was a lot of moong, and narrator was watching this sight for first time. It was building his confidence. He was certain, he was confident that he learned that this land is fertile, this land is very nice and productive, and this will be helpful to grow more crops without any chemicals. So this incident proved as a major moral booster, or this incident proved to build confidence of narrator and his family. Thank you for watching this video. Keep watching the videos. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you once again.